All right, Shalom. Barakatah Yahweh. Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Barakatah Yahweh. Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Barakatah Yahweh. Barakatah Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Ba'ashem Harakak. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopefully elect. It's the brother Azariah here with the Pittsburgh GMS camp. I'm going to go into a quick lesson. All right. Entitle it, Yea. Okay. The proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be humbled. Okay. All right, and basically it's just going into, the destruction that's going to come to Esau, okay, and 2/3 of the house of Israel, but primarily Esau, okay. So I'm going to get this precept first. I'm going to start off with Proverbs 15, and we're going to go to verse 25. All right. It says, Yahweh will destroy the house of the proud, but he will establish the border of the widow. All right. So the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to destroy the house of the proud, which the proud of the whole earth is Esau Edom. He's the most proud nation on the planet Earth. All right. It shows in his countenance. Okay. All right. In the way that he behaves on the planet Earth. So, but it says he's going to establish the border of the widow. All right. So let's find out who the widow is. All right. So we're going to go to Isaiah 54. I got these few precepts kind of written down. Grab some other ones through the Spirit. I'm going to read the whole chapter of Isaiah to establish. It's not that long of a chapter. Okay. So Isaiah 54:1. Sing, O barren, thou that didst not bear. Break forth into singing and cry aloud, thou that didst not travail with child. For more are the children of the desolate than the children of the married wife, saith Yahweh. Enlarge the place of thy tent, and let them stretch forth the curtains of thine habitations. Spare not, lengthen thy cords, and strengthen thy stakes. Okay? For thou shalt break forth on the right hand and on the left, and thy seed shall inherit the Gentiles, and make the desolate cities to be inhabited. You see? So the widow, you already beginning to see who the widow is. The seed of the widow is gonna inherit the Gentiles. Let's continue. Fear not, for thou shalt not be ashamed, neither be thou confounded, for thou shalt not be put to shame, for thou shalt forget the shame of thy youth, and shalt not remember the reproach of thy widowhood any more. For thy maker is thine husband, thy maker is thy husband. You see? Yahweh of hosts is his name, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. The power of the whole earth shall he be called. See? So the Most High is the husband of this widow that it's speaking of. Verse 6. For Yahweh hath called thee as a woman forsaken and grieved in spirit, and a wife of youth, when thou wast refused, saith the Most High. For a small moment have I forsaken thee, but with great mercies will I gather thee. What is this sounding like? How the Most High is going to gather the elect for the sins of for the nation of Israel. We were forsaken for a small time, right? But in these last days, the Most High is allowing us to come back through repentance. So he's going to gather the elect from the four corners of the planet Earth. In a little wrath, I hid my face from thee for a moment, but with everlasting kindness will I have mercy on thee, saith the Most High, thy Redeemer. For this is as the waters of Noah unto me. For as I have sworn that the waters of Noah should no more go over the earth, so have I sworn that I would not be wroth with thee, nor rebuke thee. So he's having mercy according to his promise that he made with Abraham, okay, in these last days unto the remnant of Israel. For those who repent with their whole heart and turn back to the Most High, he's having mercy. Okay. Verse 10. For the mountains shall depart, which goes into the kingdoms, the governments. They're going to depart, and the hills shall be removed. But my kindness shall not depart from thee, neither shall the covenant of my peace be removed, saith Yahweh that have mercy on thee. So the Most High is going to destroy these other nations, but he's going to allow the nation of Israel, the elect of Israel, to remain. Verse 11. O thou afflicted, tossed with tempest, and not comforted, behold, I will lay thy stones with fair colors, and thy foundations with sapphires. And the nation of Israel is afflicted and tossed with tempest in a storm and not comforted. Nobody really gives a shit about you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. You're not comforted. You're tossed to and fro and afflicted. Okay? but it's a part of the curses that was put upon us for our disobedience. And it's going to continue until the Messiah returns. Verse 12, and I will make thy windows of agates, which is stone, precious stones, and thy gates of carbuncles, and all thy borders of pleasant stones. And all thy children shall be taught of the Most High, and great shall be the peace of thy children. See, this is showing you that this is talking about Israel. Israel is that widow, okay? Because the scriptures say that when he puts the laws in us, no longer will we have to teach our brethren saying, know the Most High, because everybody's going to know the Lord. Verse 14, in righteousness shalt thou be established, and thou shalt be far from oppression, for thou shalt not fear, and from terror, for it shall not come near thee. The elect are going to be protected, man. And when the kingdom of heaven is established, nobody's going to touch the Israelites. We're going to be untouchables. Okay. Behold, they shall surely gather together, but not by me. Whosoever shall gather together against thee shall fall for thy sake. Okay. Verse 16. So, but going into number 15, nobody's going to be able to stand against us, man. And nobody's going to be able to stand against the elect in these times. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy. The Most High have put the spirit on these these white men, these Edomites. Okay, the so-called white men, because nobody's actually white like a piece of paper. They're red, and they show forth through their skin, their blood. But besides that, okay, the Most High have created them and allowed them to come up with these nuclear missiles and these different weapons of destruction. Okay, he created them. Verse 17, but this is to the elect. No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment shalt thou condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of Yahweh, and their righteousness is of me, saith the Most High. Okay, so this widow, as it's being established here through the precepts, is talking about Israel. Okay, and he's showing you how he's going to protect the Israelites, the righteous that repent, and he's going to destroy the wicked. Okay, let's go to Lamentations chapter 1. And starting at verse 1. Lamentations 1:1. How doth the city sit solitary that was full of people? How is she become as a widow? She that was great among the nations and princess among the provinces. How is she become tributary? Once again, speaking of Israel. She weepeth sore in the night, and her tears are on her cheeks. Among all her lovers, she have none to comfort her. All her friends have dealt treacherously with her. They are become her enemies. Right. Because nobody is going to be able to save you, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. No other nation is going to do anything for you. The Most High have put the curses upon you. And the only one who's going to redeem you or buy you, like it says in Deuteronomy 28:68, no man shall buy you. The only one who can buy you is Yahweh Shai. Okay. And the scriptures say when he returns, he shall not meet thee as a man. Speaking of when he comes back to fight Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, he said, I shall not meet thee as a man. So when the scriptures say no man shall buy you, it means that quite literally, because he's going to come back in his angelic state to fight for the children of Israel. So all your current lovers, you know, these other nations and philosophies and things, they can't comfort you in these days. If you don't have the Most High, you're through. You're through. Verse 3. Judah is gone into captivity because of affliction and because of great servitude. Okay. She dwelleth among the heathen. She findeth no rest. All her persecutors overtook her between the straits. See? So we've gone into captivity and we're among the heathen, and all of our persecutors are overtaking us, man. There's nothing carnally. If you try to get into a war with Esau on a carnal level, you through, because the Most High have empowered them. He created the smith that bloweth the coals. He's given him the sword in his hand to execute judgment. So when a nigga dies, okay, a very violent death, that was the judgment of the Most High. You have to understand that. You see? Verse 4. The ways of Zion do mourn, because none come to the solemn feasts. All her gates are desolate. Her priests sigh, her virgins are afflicted, and she is in bitterness. So right now, Israel You so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, you're like a wife that's mourning for the death of her husband because there's none to protect and comfort you. You see? Because the Most High is allowing these things to happen. Why? Because the nation of Israel has not repented. Okay? So now we're going to go into the proud. Okay? Because the proud on the other side, you know, they speak pridefully concerning all the things that's happening. And they don't think no judgment is going to come to them. So let's read some of this. Isaiah 47. Let's see what the wicked say. Okay. Isaiah 47, and I'll start at verse 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Okay, so we have to establish who the daughter of Babylon is and who the daughter of the Chaldeans is. Okay, so let's go to a precept real quick. Psalms 137. All right. Psalms 137, we'll start at verse 1. By the rivers of Babylon, there we sat down. Yea, we wept when we remembered Zion. We hanged our harps upon the willows in the midst thereof. For there they that carried us away captive required of us a song. And that's what they require of you today. Sing and dance, shuck and jive, be a good nigga, okay? Even though they got you in captivity. And are oppressing and killing you. And they that wasted us, see, they that wasted us required of us mirth. You see? So they waste us, but they require us to be happy. Saying, sing us one of the songs of Zion. Okay? Now, of course, this was on a higher scale and more, what's the word? It was more in your face during the time of slavery, but it's getting back up to that. The scriptures say that the time that's coming is going to be worse than it ever has been on the planet Earth. You see? So pretty soon, it's going to be even more evident how they feel about us, man. But it's already out there for those with the eyes to see. These people don't love you. But that's all by design, okay? So let's read that again. For there they that carried us away captive required of us a song, and they that wasted us, meaning kill us. You know, on GTA you die, wasted. Yeah, they that kill us required of us mirth. Be happy, nigga. Be happy you in America and you can go be a slave for your master for however much an hour. Be happy. Saying, sing us one of the songs of Zion. How shall we sing the Most High song in a strange land? If I forget thee, O Jerusalem, let my right hand forget her cunning. If I do not remember thee, let my tongue cleave to the roof of my mouth. If I prefer not Jerusalem above my chief joy. Remember, O Yahweh, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. So now we're speaking about Edom, right? Edom, Esau is Edom, okay? The descendants of Esau are referred to as Edomites, Edom, and Idumea. Verse 8, O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. O daughter of Babylon, right? So Esau, Edom was just referenced, and now it's referencing the daughter of Babylon because they're one and the same. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones. So let's go back to Isaiah 47 and 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. We just read who the daughter of Babylon was, you Edomites. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. Now, if you read in Habakkuk about the Chaldeans, we're just going to read one line in the book of Habakkuk 1 to establish who the Chaldeans are. Habakkuk 1 and 6, it says, for lo, I raise up the Chaldeans, that bitter and hasty nation, which shall march through the breadth of the land to possess the dwelling places that are not theirs. And that's what Esau Edom does. They possess the dwelling places that don't belong to them. That's primarily what they're known for. They have more U.S. military bases around the world than any other nation. And that's possessing that land. Once you put that base there, that's like claiming a part of their land. Those embassies, those are supposed to be little pieces of that nation inside of those people's borders. You see? Isaiah 47:2. Take the millstone and grind meal, uncover thy locks. Make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Now, it's referred to as a virgin daughter of Babylon. So he's saying, uncover your, take down your hair, lift up that skirt and show that leg and that thigh. You see, because you ain't gonna be a virgin no more. This place is about to get fucked. Okay. Verse 3, thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance and I will not meet thee as a man. I just quoted that earlier. When Yahushua comes, he's coming with the chariots of heaven, which you would call the UFOs. Okay. And he's coming back in his angelic body to destroy this place. As for our Redeemer, the Most High of Hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. Sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms. I'm getting to the point here in verse 8, but I'm going to keep reading. I was wroth with my people, or angry with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient thou hast very heavily laid thy yoke. Let me just check something here. All right, cool. Verse 7, and thou saidst, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou did not lay these things to thy heart, neither did remember the latter end of it. Okay. So like he said, he polluted his inheritance and he gave them into the hands of the daughter of Babylon. Well, the inheritance is the children of Israel. And we were given into the hands of the Edomites. And where do we primarily reside? And where was our primary captivity? Here in America, Babylon the Great. Okay. And it says they didn't show us no mercy. And even upon the very old, the ancient, they very heavily laid thy yoke. You know, because when you got old to a certain age and you wouldn't work no more, they would kill you. And as long as you could move, you was put out there in them fields, man. Verse 7, and thou sayest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou dost not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end thereof. You see? So they didn't think it was going to be no punishment because of it, you know? The scriptures also say, let me get it. And I'm almost done here. Let's see here. Such is not so. Psalms 50 and 21. Let me see. I might go up above that a little bit. Psalms 50 and 16. But unto the wicked the Most High saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant into thy mouth? Now, once you study the scriptures, you find out that there's a specific people that's considered the wicked on the planet Earth. Okay. Which is Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Let me see here. I'm going to just get it briefly. I believe it's Malachi 1. Malachi 1 and 4 says, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Most High have indignation forever. All right. So while we're talking about the Edomites, it must be said, just because somebody looks like a so-called white person don't automatically make them an Edomite. Okay. So you can't go around just, I'm going to kill white people. No, because you're going to mess around and kill an Israelite, because we have been mixed among the people. Okay. Our men have taken the women of the other nations and had babies with them. Now you are what your father is, but you get features from your mother, and a lot of Israelites look like Edomites. Okay, I just have to say that. But let's continue. It says, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom Yahweh have indignation forever. So Edomites are considered as the border of wickedness. So when it's referring to the wicked, primarily it's talking to Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Verse 16, but unto the wicked the Most High saith, this is Psalms 50 and 16 again. But unto the wicked the Most High saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth? seeing thou hatest instruction and castest my words behind thee. And Esau, Edom don't do nothing that the Most High say. They want to say it's a Christian nation and they did all the crusades in the name of Christianity. Meanwhile, they was killing God's people. Okay. Verse 18. When thou sawest a thief, then thou consentest with him, and hast been partaker with adulterers. Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit. All they do is lie. Verse 20. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother. Thou slanderest thine own mother's son. These things hast thou done. This is the point. These things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such an one as thyself, but I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes. So they've been allowed to do this to us for so long that they thought, dang, the Most High must be with it. The Most High must be with it because we ain't getting no punishment for killing thee. He must have really forsook these niggas. No, but he said what? But I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes, which really kind of brings us back to the first precept that I read in Proverbs, right? Gonna read that one more time, then we're gonna wrap it up here. Proverbs 15 and 25 again, right? Says what? Says, the Most High will destroy the house of the proud, but he will establish the border of the widow. So like you said, I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes. He's going to establish the border of Israel before the eyes of the wicked. They're going to see it when we get called into the chariots, Lord willing, we be of that number. They're going to see it. You see? All right, so Isaiah 47 and 8. Therefore, hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that saith in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me, because they think they God. I shall not sit a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. See? So this is what the proud say about that widowhood. It ain't going to happen to me. Verse 9, but these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thine enchantments. You see? Verse 10 says, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it have perverted thee. And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. Because Esau, Edom thinks he's God, man. You see? Verse 11, therefore shall evil come upon thee. Thou shalt not know from whence it riseth. And mischief shall fall upon thee. Thou shalt not be able to put it off. And desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. When they say peace and safety, then sudden travail is going to come upon them as a woman with child. You see? So right when these Edomites think they're about to accomplish their goals, the Most High gonna sideswipe them. You see? Verse 12, stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be thou shalt be able to profit. If so be thou mayest prevail. Okay? So they think that they're lovers, and the things that they support themselves with, their witchcrafts, their left hand energy, you know, their different little demon spirits that they pray to and stuff and worship and do these different things. They think that's going to be able to save them from Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. No, you're going to fucking get destroyed, man. You know, this is the last precept I got. Revelation 18. Revelation 18. I might just read some more, and I'm going to read it from verse 1. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. This place is not going to be inhabited by man no more, man. It's going to be all these different things, foul spirits and unclean birds and damn what you call them damn things? Them big scavenger birds, and them damn eagles, vultures and eagles gonna be over here, and all type of wickedness. Verse 3, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. Okay? And that's America, Babylon the Great, man. Everybody's drunk with the philosophy of America. Homosexuality, democracy, women's liberation rights, all these different things that the Most High have not ordained. All these other countries are drinking of it, man. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. Now, this is actually going to happen when the Most High, with a great shout, says, come up hither. He's going to call the elect into the chariots. Okay? But on another note, also spiritually, you must depart from this place. Okay? Because that's how this used to be taught, is that this was talking about spiritually. But this is actually going to happen. He's going to descend out of the clouds and call the elect into chariots. Okay? But spiritually also, you must depart from the ways of Babylon the Great, or you're going to be partaker of the plagues that are going to destroy this place. Verse 5, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities. Okay? Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works. In the cup which she hath filled, fill to her double. So the things that they done to us is going to happen twice as worse upon this place, man. And upon the people that run this place, Esau, Edom. How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously. So much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. They really think that the punishment that the children of Israel receive for what they did and the things that they done to us, they think even though we God's people, we got punishment, they ain't gonna get punished. You crazy as hell, you gonna get worse. Verse 8, therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire, for strong is the Lord power who judgeth her. You know? And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they see the smoke of her burning. Okay? So this is where that lake of fire is going to be at, man. It's going to be a physical place on the planet Earth when this place gets destroyed with man, more nuclear missiles than you can imagine. All right? I'm going to get this precept to prove it. Revelation 17 and 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. Okay? So the different nations, the 10 horns goes into represents the EU. Okay? And the EU, the different nations are going to turn against America, Babylon the Great, when the Lord purposes to perform this thing. And they're going to shoot nuclear missiles on this place. Because this place is the most proud nation of all of them, man. Okay? Verse 10, standing afar off, Revelation 18 and 10, standing afar off from the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. It's only going to take 1 hour to destroy this place, man. You know? So that's pretty much all I had. You know, Lord willing, it was edifying. You know, I'm going to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the whole for the elect. With that, I want to say Shalom.